This actually did take me quite a long time to learn because I was just more of a dollar cost averaging type of guy. I mostly, I bought when I originally started, I was doing $5, $10, $20, $100 if I did something like if I got a little extra money on a daily basis and just bought my portfolio that way back in 16 through like now, right? And a trade, when people say trading, what they mean is very short term. They usually mean within the day to within less than a week. And
in terms of in crypto,
I
guess forex as well is a lot of day trading.
Yeah, man, forex dudes are fucking lames. Dudes, like you want to lose your money. I almost put it there. You can lose your money faster in forex than you can in crypto. Almost.
Yeah, the leverage they play with. True. I'll give them one thing. I'll say the forex traders, they do put in the work to understand like the lay of the land. The only problem is they put out too much risk, and like they're too short term. So yeah.
All right, I'm going to play you the perfect meme to fully explain trading. Deja vu, I just been in this place before.
Well, the other interesting thing about trading, right, is just investing on a shorter time frame. Right. But the question is, when does an investment become all risk, right? Once you get down to, I would say, below the 8-hour chart, then all of a sudden, well, your investment thesis, right, is less than a day, which obviously is retarded because like this market changes on a dime every goddamn day. So like, yeah, for me, the thing that I've noticed, this is why I like 60-day cycles so much, is that how far can you see into the future in crypto and have a pretty good judgment? I would say anywhere between 2 to 9 months max, right?
Right. Yeah. It's sub-year. It's sub-year most of the time. Correct. Unless we are like at a specific point in the market where like we're in November, or like let's just say when we were really sure the bottom was in for Bitcoin and Ethereum, like maybe like February of 23, it's really safe to say, yeah, we're going to be up a year from now, 2 years. Like that's as vague as you can get, where like I roughly know whatever I buy today in a year, I'm up. Doesn't matter. Right. Versus a year from there, you're like,
but could you call the price we're going to be at with a good probability? That's probably not, but we could guess a pretty wide range. Right. We can get that. And that's where it's like, okay, you can be a sharpshooter in the short term, and you can be, a wide shooter in the long term. But like, if you're trying to sharpshoot like a penny, right? Like down to the 1 minute chart, it's like, bro, like you're just wasting your time.
You're gambling.
Yeah. You're at the circus, you're at the craps table, you're at the roulette table, whatever. You're like, crypto's doing too much too fast at that level. There's too much volatility.
Yeah, I mean, even with something, you can get an edge gambling a little bit, or like you sort of figure out a pattern with roulette or something like that. There's a way to do it, but like the ball bounces just a tiny bit to the left and you don't hit your number and you lose, right? Unless it's a lock, of course, But let me explain timeframes a little bit with trading and stuff, because like this is something that like it really took me a minute, because I was like, yeah, fuck trading and stuff. I was more, buy and hold investor, more value investor.
But all the boomers would say what we're doing now between now and the end of the bull market, the next year to year and a half, is a trade, because they're on a different time level. They're on like snail time.
Yeah, they're on snail time. Like their cycles are 8 to 12 years long. That's like a cycle for them. Plus, I mean, they're like, you can even put it on as like 20 years, like a 20-year sort of thing. Like, all right, yeah, I took a little profit off the stock portfolio, or I borrowed off the stock portfolio after 20 years of gains and stuff. Because basically in stocks, as long as you are buying more or less the indices, and then maybe 80%, like if I was like a stock YouTuber, I'd be like, all right, 60% to 80% of your portfolio in the indices, which is like S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the Dow, and 20 to 40% in probably tech stocks or some high growth stocks that they've done some research, and you're probably in under like 5 or 6 stocks, single stocks and stuff. That's kind of what I was doing. And then eventually I kind of converted all into stock picking, and that's the only way you can actually make some outsized returns. But if you're like really bad at picking stocks, then the indices will just protect you from your dumb decisions basically over time. But over 20 years, every dummy who releases in the indices is up multiple X's. And it's basic. I mean, and it's mostly more like
mostly flat against inflation.
Mostly flat against inflation, but it's a sort of thing where like most people lose against inflation anyway, and their income doesn't keep up to inflation. So just having some, and then on top of that, people having a goal of like, I have this bucket where I can throw money in, and more money's going to be here in about 2 years. Like, because they won't really notice in 2 years, but after 4 or 5 years, they're like, damn, this 5% move in the portfolio is giant. Look how stupid I sound. I mean, 5%. I don't get a bet for 2x.
But, yeah.